Okay, welcome back once more for part, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 of the steering gearbox saga. Well, I managed to get the jam nut off of the adjusting plug. I don't know what I did with it, but here it is. I got the jam nut off of it. Looking at the threads, this is a coarse thread, this is a fine thread, so that's why it was stuck in the first place, as somebody jammed on the jam nut. So I got that in, and I turned the adjuster down. I got all the play out of the idler arm, but, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this or hear it, but there is a lot of slack in that input shaft, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it just does not sound right. I pumped it full of grease, and it still is sounding very rough. I've been an industrial mechanic for over 40 years, and I wouldn't use that in a piece of machinery, so I think it's toast. I might be wrong. There's a couple areas on a car that I'm not comfortable with. The number one is the steering gearbox, because I've never messed with them. So I really don't know what I'm doing. The other one is the rear end. Again, the gears. I really don't have a warm fuzzy about being able to mess with a rear end either, but I'm not playing with the rear end right now. I'm playing with the steering gearbox, and I don't know where I am with it. So I don't know if a Vega box will fit in this car. I'm going to have to do some research on measurements and the spline size and the number of splines and the length of the shaft and the bolt pattern and all that stuff, and see if I can find a gearbox that'll work in this car. Maybe a junkyard will have what I need. I don't know. So maybe I'll just call one of these steering places and say, look, this is what I got, what will fit in this car, and take it from there. I don't know. So I'm not going to lop that shaft off today. That will be a waste of time. What I am going to do though today, since I'm going to sit here in my I forget what Rat Rod Bob calls it, his planning chair or his thinking chair, but I've got one too. Bob, see there? What I am going to do is mess with the seats a little bit. I think I have found a solution to my height issue. I took the old Corvette seats off of the base plate, and that base plate is the perfect height of what I need. That mounted on, or I'm sorry, the Camaro seats with those brackets mounted on that base plate looks like it's going to give me the height I need. I needed 4.5 to 5 inches from there, and that's what that is. So I've got some scrap metal, and I've got some 3/8 thick FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic angle, that I'm going to try to match up that seat to that bracket, and if I can get it to match up, then that'll be a problem solved. So I am going to play with that for a little bit. If I have any success, I'll come back and show it to you. So thanks for watching. Okay, I said I would show you what I did on the seats, or the seat. Only done one of them, so but I'm calling it a success. Got some adjustments to do, but let me show it to you. Let me move some stuff out of the way here. Sorry about that. Okay, there it is. That is the base of the Corvette seat, 3/8 inch thick FRP plastic angle, and then the seat bolted to that. The slider for the seat is up here, and it still works, and that's what we'll use to adjust it, since the electric motors on that Corvette seat are no bueno. So, but the back end of it needs to come up a little bit. I can do that with spacers, not a problem. But I sat in it and it feels perfect. It feels perfect with the steering wheel. It feels perfect. Feels like it's going to be perfect on the elbow wrist measurement. Sorry about the light. For those who don't know what that is, I think most of us do. It's the elbow on the arm, on the window, and the wrist on the steering wheel. So I think I've got that. And so now all I gotta do is do the other side and get some seat covers, which I have already, to put on the seats. Finish bolting them down. They're just kind of being held down with a bolt right now because they're back heavy and they would fall backwards. But since I couldn't do anything with the gearbox, I thought I just wanted to accomplish something today, and I did. So it's kind of cool how that angle kind of hides all that Corvette mechanism down there too. So I'll paint those black, and everything will match down there, and I'm calling that good. Again, I got to tighten everything up and get it all mounted right, and then do the other side exactly the same, which shouldn't be a problem. I have plenty of that angle, and I'll do all that while I'm sitting in my planning chair up there and trying to figure out what I'm going to do about the gearbox. I think I'm just going to have to make some calls this week and see what guys who know what they're doing recommend. So maybe I'll clean up my shop a little bit too. It's a mess right now. So, all right. Thanks for stopping by. Ron, bye.